Mounting is one of those times when we are in a very vulnerable position, and I think it's something that everybody should spend a little bit of extra time on to teach their horse to stand very patiently at the mounting block and to come up to the block. Some of the things that I see people do is they walk the horse up to a mounting block and then they move the mounting block closer to the horse. And two reasons I'm not a fan of that. One is when you move that mounting block, it may not be stable where you've put it. And the other one is you're moving into the horse to get on, and I want the horse to actually come to me and kind of invite me on for the ride. So when I take a horse to the mounting block, I like to have the reins over their head that last little bit before approaching. I've already tightened the saddle before I've come into the arena, and then I checked the girth one more time. We have a mounting block that nobody can move, and my horse just walks right on up to the block. He's very, very good at it, and he puts himself in the position that I prefer. I'm quite short, so I tend to get on from a little bit behind the saddle, where most people tend to get on more from the thigh block. So before I get on the horse, I usually wiggle the saddle, pat them on the butt, so they know I'm getting on. And then I like to hold the right rein in the right hand with that hand on the thigh block, and then I hold the left rein in my left hand, and I hold mane. So when I do this, I can just stand straight up and use that right hand to keep the saddle from rocking over to the left from my weight. And then when I come over, I land really soft on the horse's back. I don't want to plop down because it's a lot of weight going on their back very suddenly. And then once I get on, I should be able to read a book before this horse wants to walk away. And you can see he's very, very patient at the block. He knows he has to stand here until I've given him the signal to move off. So to keep things from being complicated, I don't want him to confuse something like just putting my leg on or telling him the word walk, because I think it's easy for them to misinterpret readjusting your foot in the stirrup as the go forward aid, and you can see I get zero reaction from him from that. So this horse will not walk forward until I've pet him on the neck, and then he knows it's time to go. So everyone, really think about your safety when getting on. If your horse doesn't stand still for you at the mounting block, you can just practice taking them up to the block and just getting them set up to get on, but not actually getting on, and then just taking them away. And just do it over and over until they get comfortable. If I have a horse that doesn't stand still for mounting, I'm not going to go off and start riding them, because that's a little bit like ignoring the fact that they had some sort of anxiety going on at the mounting block. So if they don't stand still for mounting, I'm going to repeat it numerous times before I move on, and that may be a signal to me that that day the horse needs less stress in their riding, because they're saying that they're a little bit anxious about what's to come. Sometimes I don't even actually ride them that day. I just practice the mounting block, and then I get off and I do a little bit of groundwork or go for a trail ride. If they're particularly bad at the block after I've ridden them around just a little bit, maybe a little walking, little easy stretch trotting, I'll come back and do the mounting block one more time before being done, so that they can always end on a good note with standing still at mounting instead of going to work when they've stood still for mounting. Safe riding, everybody.